Griffin families, Mrs. Bennett here. This half term in maths we are going to be continuing with our addition and subtraction topic, and we are looking at using facts about numbers. So if we look here at 15 take away 9, we've got our part whole model and we've got our 10 frames. So we've got our 15 in our 10 frames, and we are going to put numbers in here to help us with our takeaway. So if we look at 9, we need to think about how 9 is made up. So the easiest way for us to do this is think, if we take these 5 ones and we put here 5, how many more do we need to make 9? So we know that we need 4 more to make 9. So we know that we've got to take 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know we've got to take 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. We tell the children that we always take away from the 10 frame that is not full first. Then we take our 4 from the full one. So we then look at how many we have got left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we put 6 here. Once we've finished addition and subtraction, we'll be looking at shapes. So we'll be looking at 3D and 2D shapes. We'll be looking at finding out how many sides they have, how many vertices they have. We will also be looking at faces on the 3D shapes and their vertices. We'll also be looking at naming them and being able to find those shapes in pictures and around school. Our big focus for this half term in maths is looking at the number facts. So knowing that 5 is made of 2 and 3, it's made of 4 and 1, it's made of 5 and 0. And being able to do that with all the numbers up to 10. So we're focusing on our number bonds to 10 and our number facts for each number. If you could help with that at home, that would be wonderful.
This half term in English, Year 2 will be looking at non-fiction writing. This is writing such as letters, newspapers, diaries and reports. We'll be looking at different grammar elements within these, such as nouns and verbs, adjectives, conjunctions. We're really looking at conjunctions to extend out our writing and our stamina for writing. As we're looking in these different non-fiction modes, we will be developing our skills over the weeks so that we can go and try and write a newspaper and see how that's different to a letter, and give these types of non-fiction writing a try and see what they're used for. As well as our English lessons, Year 2 are still continuing with their phonics lessons each day. Some children have moved on from phonics and are taking comprehension lessons. If your child is still doing phonics, please can you continue to do the green and yellow books at home with them. These aren't workbooks to be completed, they're just things to constantly go back to be showing different sounds, especially the sounds that they're struggling with, so that when they're in school, they can recognise these sounds quickly and easily and be able to read them in words and nonsense words. Then, after phonics, we've also got our topic. In our topic this term, it is Magnificent Monarchs, and we are looking at different monarchs in history, as well as looking at Remembrance Day. Also in our history lessons, we will be looking into the Great Fire of London and using this as a jumping off point for some of our writing. In geography this term, we are looking at the 4 different countries of the United Kingdom, being able to locate them and name them on a map, and also looking at different royal residences within each of these countries. In computing this half term, we are looking at photography. We are looking at our skills of how to take photos, how to edit them, and things that photos can be used for. Also, we have science, which we are looking into animal life cycles and basic animal needs for survival. In our read this half term, we are looking at Judaism and what is a Jew. And then in art, we are diving into Pablo Picasso. We are building up our art lessons this term to really look into who Picasso was, what his style was, what it influenced, as well as trying to make our own artwork in the style of Picasso. We're also going to be looking at sculptures and sculpting monarchs. In Spanish this half term, we are looking at colours and being able to name different colours, as well as just immersing ourselves into Spanish language. This will be through stories and songs, so that even though the children might not understand all the different words for the stories and the songs, they know that the words hold meaning, and they know that with repeated songs and things like that, they kind of immerse themselves into the Spanish language. In music this half term, we have Mr. White, who will be working with our classes, and he is teaching them at the moment music symbols, so they're able to read music and also instruments. They're having a play around with them, and he's teaching them some skills based with the instruments to kind of develop their knowledge of music a bit more. In PE, we have Miss Davis and Miss Everett, who are taking the children out on the Fridays to look at ball skills, specifically hockey, basketball and football, things like passing and receiving. And then now we have an extra PE session on a Wednesday afternoon, which the children really enjoyed. And that is more team building games and activities, and that is with their class teacher. In PSHE, finally, we are looking at medicines and what to do when you're not okay and when others aren't okay. So please continue to look for your homework on Seesaw. We are still using Spelling Shed, My Maths, Timetable Rockstars and Myon. Myon this half term, we really want to push the children with their reading on Myon, just to help build up their reading speed and their love for reading. So please log on to Myon, and we will be getting some winners, I think, for each week of who has read the most on Myon, just to encourage the children to keep reading at home. If you need anything, please let me or Mrs. Bennett know, and we will do our best to help you. Thank you. Bye.